Welcome back. And we have two special guests. We have Sadie and Marty Weatherall from Hydra FPV. How are y'all doing today?
Good, Michael. Nice to see you.
Doing good. So Sadie, you are a drone pilot, I understand, or an emerging, burgeoning drone pilot. That's pretty cool. So where do you go to school at?
I go to school in St. Paul at Johnson Senior High School.
And what grade are you in?
I am a Johnson sophomore.
A sophomore, okay. So how long have you been involved with drones? Because that's going to be our topic for today.
Probably as long as it's been going on, maybe a month or two.
Okay.
Just started.
Yeah, fantastic. And so Marty, tell us a little bit about your involvement with Sadie and the drone program that you have at Johnson and beyond.
Sure. Well,
So Marty, I tell you, we've been one cut and done. 12 other. It's not
we'll
live.
pretend that we are.
Yeah, we'll pretend like we're live. It's a one cut. Oh, me too. I'm pretending like I can see you. I don't know.
Blind, wait.
Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back. And we have two special guests on this episode. We have Sadie from Johnson High School, and we have Marty Weatherall from none other than Hydra FPV. How are y'all doing today?
Great,
Doing
Michael.
pretty good.
Yeah, isn't it exciting?
be here.
Yeah.
Altitude.
Altitude.
Loving
Love it. Yeah. Rise to new altitudes has a lot to do with aeronautics and the drone program that we're going to talk about in just a few
Yeah.
minutes. So Sadie, let's start with you. What grade are you in and what school do you go to?
I go to Johnson Senior High School in St. Paul, and I'm a sophomore.
Fantastic. And so how long have you been doing drones?
Probably like 1 or 2 months, about as long as the program has been going on with our school.
Yeah, fantastic. And so Marty, tell us a little bit about Hydra FPV and yourself and how you got involved with Johnson High School.
Sure. Well, Hydra FPV is a drone racing technology company based right here in the Twin Cities. Started it with a couple co-founders a couple years ago now. And then we've been putting on races all over town with these little drones. They're called tiny whoop drones, actually. So you might think of drone racing as being big drones outside, but these little drones that are palm size have a little camera in them, and the pilots, and maybe you've talked about this on your show before, the pilots wear goggles. So Sadie, when she pilots a little tiny whoop drone like this, wears goggles, so she's kind of virtually riding on the drone.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't have to watch it in the air, she's on the drone. So we've been racing indoors for a while, but we realized that kids really love this. And kids can build these little drones because they're almost like toys, but there's a lot of really good technology and engineering and stuff involved. And so we've been starting a program for high schools and middle schools in the area, getting them building these little tiny whoop drones, learning to fly them and race them. And, you know, robotics is everywhere right now. And this is a lot like robotics, but every kid gets their own little drone, and then they get to fly, which don't really get to fly robots that often. And I don't know, what do you think? We went to Johnson and we just flew a little bit in front of the whole school and said, hey, who wants to join the drone team? And what did you think of that?
Well, it seemed like plenty of people were pretty excited, but not a lot of people actually joined. I was one of the people who were actually really excited to join, and so I took it upon myself, you know, I'm actually going to do this. So I walked into the class, introduced myself, and just started that day. And ever since, I've been really interested, and I was like, you know what, this is something I want to keep doing.
Yeah. So other than being first introduced to it, what were you like thinking you would do for a career, or is this a hobby? Do you see a pathway to a job through this? Just out of
Probably
curiosity.
not, because what I've always kind of dreamed of doing is getting into more of like science with the earth. I wanted to grow up and be a geologist when I got a little bit older. And it's been working pretty good with me. I've been doing a lot of my science with like the rocks and materials and stuff, but then I do drones and robotics and stuff like that on a side project just to like keep my art status available just in case I can't get to the place I want to be right away.
But you know what? What you're doing right now is a perfect career. Do you realize that? What you're doing with drones and what you're doing with your natural sciences and environmental sciences and everything to deal with saving the earth, you can actually use this technology to help you out in some of those cases, right? The fact that you, and we're going to see your skills here in just a moment, but the fact that you can actually maneuver these things and then hover them and make them do all kinds of fancy things, you put a camera on it. Imagine the technology going forward in the future, the bigger drones with the X-ray vision that can actually see water tables beneath the earth and all that fantastic stuff. You are like,
I'm actually
you're
really
breaking new
interested
ground.
in that, and I'm
You're-
like, can't wait for the world to
Yeah.
get that advanced. I'm like, I want to be one of the first people to ever do this.
And you're actually, everybody will see you on the internet now, that knowing that you'll be the first one to claim it. So you might be one of hidden figures, right? One day they're like, I remember Sadie back in 2020.
Dig up the tape.
Dig
right?
up the
Yeah.
tape, yeah. So, well,
And we-
thank you for taking your time, Marty. Go
Well, we
ahead.
tell the kids, when you build a little drone like this, it's not an easy drone to fly.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they build these and learn to fly them, they can actually fly any drone. So they
Mm-hmm.
actually, you have all the skills now, having gotten as far as you have, even just a month into the program. And she's a really good pilot, and she's a good racer. She's kind of a natural, you kind of have the hang of it right away, right?
Yeah, when I first started, I've never seen this kind of controller before. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know how to process, like how to connect them, how to turn it on. And so once I learned, I got my hands onto the controller, and it just happened. Like the first time I took off, I didn't crash and anything at first, but then I did. But the more and more I did, I got better. And the moment that I put the goggles on and had first vision, it was amazing. I was perfect at it. I was fast. I was able to do what we were supposed to. And it was just something that I was like, oh my God, I didn't know I was going to be this good at it.
Now, had you played video games or used a controller
I
before?
am a video game person. I like to go on live and play like Call of Duty or like Warframe and stuff
Sure.
like that with my cousins.
That's a perfect example, because that's actually one of the benefits of transitioning from what would seemingly be gaming or having fun or goofing off. I think a lot of parents don't understand the value of the skills that you're building with controllers, but then you do know that that will lead you towards an engineering and environmental, sciences. But even if you went pure technical engineering, you also have that trajectory to go there, besides racing and all the other fun things that you'll be able to do with them. So that's pretty cool. Marty, any other future plans? Because I know I've seen many of your races. You are quite the MC, let me tell you.
I'm the only one who will show up. I
Okay.
just know I'll be there. I'd hire a better one, but I'm the one who's going to show up.
I understand that totally.
It's actually great being here at SPNN, because I did a TV show 17 years ago here. So thank you, Michael, for bringing me back to
Hey,
SPNN.
no problem.
Future plans, well, the Youth Drone Sports Championships, which is what we call the program that Sadie and the Johnson Governors, the Flying Governors, is that what they call you guys? Yeah.
Flying Gubbies, yeah.
The Flying
Flying
Gubbies.
Gubbies. Yeah, I'm a Knights, I'm Harding, I'm sorry. Maroon and gold
We
all
got to
the
get
way.
a team over at
It's
Harding.
all
Yeah.
That'd
good.
be a good rivalry, actually.
Yeah, if we had someone from Harding and
See
then
if you can
someone
hook
from
us up.
Johnson coming over here, and then you guys see us fly together, it's gonna make your rates go like, phew.
All right, we want ratings, right? That's what we do. We
So
shock value.
We have 20 teams, including Johnson. We've got teams all over the metro. We want to double, triple that by
Mm-hmm.
next year. We're going to do summer camps this summer to get some kids. Yeah, you want to get on the summer
Yeah.
camps? Yeah, we'll get you flying some more advanced drones this summer.
Very good, very good.
So if you're interested in any of that, it's youthdronesports.org.
Okay.
Youthdronesports.org
We'll
has
title
all the
that.
information. Yeah, and she's actually. We've got a couple more race weekends coming up. I think your next race is on Sunday, March 15th, I
Yep,
believe.
and
in the
Mr.
afternoon.
Tufty already told me if I start coming to classes, I'm gonna be one of the first people in it.
Yeah, she's good. You got to
Nice
come
and
check her out.
So, Sadie, do you want to prepare to fly us out? We're going to do that as an exit. Any
Yeah.
last parting words before you put on the goggles?
Well, I mean, if you think you can't do it, don't try and like down yourself. It's something that I thought I couldn't do. Was when I saw it, I was like, that's gonna be hard, but I'm willing to try it. Because some stuff is gonna be tough, but once you try it, if you realize you're really good at it, it's something you're gonna want to continue doing.
Absolutely.
Like how my mom says, cooking is hard, but once you figure it out, it just comes naturally to you.
Yeah, a little pinch of this and pinch of that, and you're good to go. Very good. So
Amazing.
Sadie's going to take us out while you're talking, Marty.
You can use that one, yeah.
So Marty, are you still? I've seen you fly at the Allianz Life Stadium. Are you still doing the multiple types of programs? Right, still active?
Yeah, we are still flying at. We've been flying at restaurants and tap rooms and things
Coffee
like that.
houses and all that stuff.
You can. What's that?
So which way am I
Yep.
going that way?
So we're gonna. Yep. As soon as you put it on, you're gonna go towards camera 4 is gonna switch on. So yeah, no, this is a good thing. I'm very happy that you're able to take time out of your busy schedule.
Ooh, your
and,
head is bigger than mine,
participate
Marty.
in
I have a big head. Yes, I do.
participate in this.
Oh no, I switched the channel.
You get it
Your
back?
head, your head is just way bigger than mine.
So the technology. There
comfortable.
you go.
All right, so she sees what the drone sees.
she can. Yeah. Take us out, Marty.
There she goes.
As she's taking off.
This is Sadie from St. Paul Johnson flying right into the camera.
Turn
First
around.
person view, and she's coming back. That's good. Yeah, keep it in the frame.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, so Sadie, Marty, thank you very much for joining us. I believe you're the first guest to actually have goggles on. All right,
Don't fall on the floor,
little
please.
tiny whoop. Thank you both for taking your time.
Future star right here.
Future racing
What's
star.
what's your race
battery's
handle?
dying.
Yeah, do you have a handle?
My race handle.
What's your nickname? Your pilot nickname?
Oh, it's Marvel or Lewis.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my race.
Every pilot, including everyone in the Youth Drone Sports Championships, has a pilot name, so that's her pilot
yeah.
name.
You
So
have a
that's how you'll
pilot
know her when she's famous.
All right.
By Lewis.
Well, thank you very much, Marty.
Michael, thank
Sadie,
you for having us.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming on. All right.